Most of my day are actually pretty simple. As a student, I spend a lot of time of studying, working on assignment, and learning new things using my laptop. It might not look very interesting, but this routine has become a regular part of my life. Every day, there is always something new to learn, something to review, or something to improve. Right now, I'm spending some time studying and reviewing networking materials. I'm a network engineering student, so a lot of what I learn is related to computer network and information technology. Sometimes the topics are easy to understand, but sometimes they can be quite challenging. There are moments when I have to read the same material more than once before I fully understand it. But I think that is a normal part of learning. Nobody understands everything immediately, and improvement takes time. One thing I have learned as a student is that consistency is very important. Even if I only make a small amount of progress each day, it is still better. After studying for a while, I usually take a short break. I eat some food and drink some drinking. Spending too much time in front of a screen can be tiring, especially when trying to understand difficult topics. A short break helps me relax, clear my mind, and regain my focus. Sometimes a few minutes of rest can make studying more effective, like just go to bathroom, then go to back to your home again. After taking a short break, I return to continue studying to my room. I sit down in front of my laptop. For me, coming back and continuing the work is often the hardest part. It is easy to stop, but it takes discipline to keep going. That is why I try to stay focused on my goals and continue learning step by step.
Anjing ada alpha. Anjir kata aduh gimana nih? Nggak maju aja. Nggak apa. Santai.
And today, I'm reviewing several networking concepts that are commonly used in Cisco environment. I study by Open Packet Tracer, Cisco Packet Tracer. I learning about how to make topology, experiment with some routers and switch and end devices, and then I apply uh,
Bismillah.
many material. One of them is VLAN, which stands for Virtual Local Area Network. A VLAN allows a network to be divided into multiple logic groups. This makes network management easier and help improve security. Another important concept is trunking. This is friend
Bisa nggak
of
ya nanti ya?
VLAN. A trunk connection
Dalam siapa sih?
allows
Sempak
multiple
juga ya.
VLAN to pass through a single link between network devices.
Sempak basah.
Without trunking, managing the large network will be much less efficient and time. I'm also reviewing spanning tree protocol or STP on my topology. The purpose of STP is to prevent loops inside a
Nggak
switch
bisa itu
network.
anjing. Apanya?
Network loops can cause serious problems,
Anjing ditarik lagi.
so STP helps keep the network stable and
Ih, kontol
reliable.
banget wifi-nya anjing.
on.
Wifi-nya on. Bisa, Cok.
And another
Rata,
topic
anjir.
is Etherchannel. Etherchannel combines multiple physical connections into the one
Itu noda plus
logical
10, Cok. Hanroru.
connection.
Hanrozu.
This
Hanroru.
can increase bandwidth, also provide redundancy if one of the links fail. Besides switching technologies,
Udah tadi
routing
awal
is
apa?
also important part of networking.
Iya belum. Gua ya mau.
One routing protocols that I study is OSPF. OSPF is often shortest part first with Dijkstra algorithm. This is link state
Tahu.
routing
Detailnya
protocol.
mana sih?
OSPF helps routers find the best path for sending data across a network. The distance is 110 and it use cost. And also I learned
Detail.
about access
Detail.
control list or
Detail.
ACLs.
Nah,
ACLs are used to
Detail.
control traffic and improve network security by allowing or blocking specific type of communication. Another concept is
Detail.
NAT or
Detail.
Network Address Translation,
anjing, harus buang apa
which
gua?
stands for managing IP address to public address. NAT allows multiple devices to share a single public IP address, and it is commonly used in both home and enterprise network. All of these technologies work together to create networks that are efficient, secure, and reliable. Network we use today have a big trouble if no one caring about it. So the more I learn about them,
Bisa.
the more I understand how modern communication
Bisa
systems operate
kontol.
behind the scene. Studying networking is not always easy. To be honest, there are many concepts, comments, and configuration that require time and practice to understand. Every challenge is also new opportunity to learn something new. I believe that learning is a gradual process to be successful. You don't need to master everything in one day. What matters most is
Ini
continuing
kecamatan apa sih dulu?
to learn and improve little by little.
Ini kecamatan apa dah? Kecamatan apa
Sometimes,
kota apa?
if I tired, I watch my movies on my laptop, asking to AI large language model
Bapak gua nanyain.
just for discussion
Iya.
or maybe for my asking friends. Although this routine may seem simple, it represents an important part of my journey as a student on first year. Every study session helped me gain more knowledge,
Anjay.
improve my skill,
150
prepare
gua balik.
for future opportunities. There is always still a lot for me to learn, but I will continue moving and still moving forward, one step at a time, every day, every single day. If nothing, so when I practice on my packet tracer or my topology, I found some problem like cannot ping or cannot access internet and etc. So I think that's a process to be successful, because if we know what the problem, we improve our knowledge. and I make the Superlab book on this time.
Ada.
I spent about 3 months or more to write this model. This model is carrying 10 superlabs with 10 material on every superlabs. It have a some point from concepts and feature and objective, then configuration comments, and finally for checking session. Every device I configure with precisely until they can ping one by one. I put some routers, switch, and access point, and for a device I put smartphone, PC, laptop, and server. So that's why I make this module, because this is a part of my study on college. Besides Cisco, I also spend time learning Mikrotik, widely used in school, small ESB, and small business, largely because RouterOS bundle routing, firewall, NAT, DHCP, virtual LANs, VPNs, and bandwidth management into one operating system without extra licensing. When I first started, a lot of it was confused. No term, no commands, and configuration I had never seen before all came at once. Some concepts like subnetting took more than one attempt to actually stick, and the mistakes were frequent too. Once the internet connection dropped because of a single wrong configuration lines. Another time, I spent a long time troubleshooting. I spent my sleep time that turned out to be one small option left unchecked. Those moments we are frustrating all the time, but they were also the one that forced me to understand how the system actually works, not just the step, the reasoning behind them. And troubleshooting is honestly the part I most enjoy. It requires working through problem systematically, check one possibility, roll it out, move to the next, not always fast. But when the issue finally surfaces, the result feels worth the effort. And one thing that keeps coming back to me is how much happening behind the scenes. When a user opens website or join a video call or start gaming, they just see it's working. What actually running in the background is many DSP, DNS, routing protocols, firewall rules. Most people never think about. People working in networking need to understand those layers, not just the surface. Security has also started to feel more relevant to me. Firewall rules, ACLs, and network address translation in RouterOS are not just lab exercise. In real ESP or organization network, a misconfiguration or maybe little misconfiguration there has real consequences. And here I'm still learning a lot, but the process itself is interesting enough to keep going, and the skill feel constrained enough to actually matter later. Before I touch a real router in a real office, I spend a lot of time inside Packet Tracer. Most people outside of networking have never heard of it, but for anyone studying Cisco or really anyone learning how network work from scratch, Packet Tracer is usually where it all begins. It's not require high spec of your desktop or your laptop. You can use low spec laptop for run it.
Udah lah.
It is a network simulation software made by Cisco. You open it and you get a blank canvas. From there, you can drag in routers, switches, PCs, server, cables, basically everything you would find in a real network environment.
Lu tuh emang gak bisa main
Then
Amon.
connect them however you want, however the place. No physical hardware required, no risk of breaking anything, just you, the topology, and whatever you are trying to figure out. The last part matters more than it sounds. When I first started building lab in Packet Tracer, I was not very confident
Ah, mau
about the,
mainnya muncul
about the networking concept. IP addressing made sense on paper, but I was not sure I actually understood until I had to assign addresses to a device, try to connect them, and watch the ping either go through or fail. When they all fail, which happened often, I had figured out why. Wrong subnet mask, wrong default gateway, a cable connected to the wrong interface. Small things, but finding them yourself is how you stop making them. Packet Tracer makes that process low stake. If I misconfigure something and the whole topology breaks, I just undo or start over or terminate the lab. There is no service destruction, no angry network administrator, no actual consequences. That freedom to make mistakes is, honestly, it's a big part of why tools work for learning. The interface itself is straightforward once you get used to it. Devices are organized by category on the bottom panel: router, switches, and devices, cables, wireless, and anything.
Mana nih
You pick what you need, drop it on the canvas, and start connecting. Each device has a configuration panel where you can access the CLI directly, which is where most of the actual work happens. For Cisco device, that's mean working inside iOS, the same command line interface used on real Cisco hardware. That kind of familiarity takes time. Like a tracer is where most of time happen for me. I still use it now for the topic building anthropology before a lab exam to make sure the step clear or revisiting something I have not touched in a while. For anyone starting out in networking, especially on Cisco, right? Packet tracer is worth learning properly, not just opening it and following a pre-built lab, but building topologies from scratch, designing the addressing scheme yourself, and troubleshooting without a guide. That's it where the actual learning happens. This is my short movie about learning, and thanks for watching and see you in next time.